I'm Greg Culhane and this is my wife Beverley. We left Freemantle in November of 2008 and arrived in Kochi. I'm an ex-professional fisherman, so that was where my real interest started, and then I decided that I'd like to have a boat that we could live on with my wife and that we could travel. So that's what we're doing. On our previous trip, we sailed from Freemantle in Western Australia, and the first countries that we visited were Thailand and Malaysia, which has, from a boating perspective, has excellent cruising, very scenic, nice calm conditions, very friendly people, good food, all the things that make cruising so enjoyable, I think. After that part of Asia, we visited Sri Lanka, the Maldives, Madagascar, and then we went across to East Africa and went right up the coast of Tanzania and Kenya to the very north. And then we sailed back across the Indian Ocean via the Seychelles and Seychelles, and then went to Asia again, back to Malaysia and Thailand. Then in 2001 we came to Kochi in India, which we enjoyed very much. That it's like any development, that if it isn't handled in a sensitive way, it will have a very negative impact on the way that cruising is conducted. And I think that you're also aware that how the reason why so many boats now come to Kochi has a lot to do with Lowe, who runs the Vasco Da Gama Rally. Has had a very big influence on people coming here, and also going back to the Mediterranean. But as I say, that there's also they need to be very careful, I think, what they do with this marina, not to make it hard for people like ourselves who come here. So after our stay in India, we're going to Muscat in Oman, and so we'll see, of course, when we get there. But cruising is very weather dependent. We would like to stay there for around about 3 or 4 months and then travel down the coast of Oman and southern Yemen to Aden before going up the Red Sea to the Mediterranean.
My husband and I started cruising, blue water cruising, in 1998. We went away for 4 years. Travelling through different countries, and we found we were very compatible travelling on a boat together. We like travelling together, we've done it before, but we love having our house with us, which the boat is like our house, and just to drop anchor somewhere, like here in Kochi, and live as we're going to live till October, which is nearly a year, is really a wonderful experience. And we generally find wherever we go, we really enjoy it. We love meeting the people and just enjoying the different cultures that we encounter. The way we plan our trip before we commence it is, well, that takes years. But the main thing is to get the boat up to speed, or that's Greg's department. But it takes a lot of planning to provision the boat, the kind of food that we need to bring, and we've learnt over the years to do that better. But also we research the countries that we're going to go to, so that because we stay for a length of time, we want to sort of interact in a way that, that is beneficial for us and and for everyone, I guess. But the planning it takes years. It takes years. And the main thing, of course, is the weather. Everything depends on doing it in the right time. And we've really had the trip here, for instance, took 33 days. We didn't stop, and it was one of the best trips we've ever had. It was really, really beautiful. We had 33 days on the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea, and the boat performed beautifully, and we were very happy together. It was a wonderful trip.
The sail that we had recently from Freemantle to Cochin, in all the sailing that I've done, and it is very, very considerable, the time that I've spent at sea in my whole life, combined with professional fishing and sailing, and I've said this to many people, that the Indian Ocean has the best sailing in the world for consistent wind, when you know how to use the weather to your advantage, and it is unique in that you can sail. It's the only ocean in the world that you can sail from east to west and west to east, just north or south of the equator. You can't do this in any other ocean of the world. And it's taken a lot of the yachting community a long time to understand the advantages of this, that you can circle the Indian Ocean. And as I say, you can't do this anywhere else in the world. It's not like this geographically. And also, a very, very high percentage of the entire population of the world lives within the Indian Ocean. And so you have enormous variety of people and cultures, like almost nowhere else, the variety. One of the things that is very obvious that has happened is that people need to be increasingly affluent to be able to cruise. That there is an economic delineation that has taken place in the Western world, where in fact all of the sailors come from, and I just think that there should, the opportunity for people without so much money is still here. But what has actually happened is the people that can afford to sail have large boats, and the point that I'd really like to make is that they're travelling too quickly. They're in too much of a hurry, that they are, I think, too goal-oriented, that they want to sail around the world or have some credential that they've achieved this, but what have they really had time to experience on this trip? And the way that I think, and the amount of travelling that I've done in my life, you must allow time. As I said earlier, most of the people that come to India are only transiting here for a few weeks, and that's it. To my mind, it's a waste of time. You can't experience India, an ancient culture like this, in that amount of time. So I think that they should all slow down, especially in Asia, because this is where some of the best cruising by far in the world is. The most interesting is really here, where we are. And look at the natural beauty. This is a very attractive anchorage at the Bulgari here.